Hello, welcome to the third part of the ABAS project execution. Today we'll start with, in this session, we'll start with the final prep. Let me change the cursor to a pen, and I'll try to change the pen width to thin. Okay, it's good. So for the final prep, it has four different topics that we'll talk about: user acceptance, asset list, cutover plan, and support documents. And before going to final preparation, I will also spend a bit more on the peer review. I don't think that I talked much on the part 2. The peer review is a document that we have to prepare. It happens after the development is complete for a given object, and a peer developer will review the coding of the assigned developer to make sure that they follows the standard coding guideline that we adopted for this project. And it has to be reviewed, and what it does is that it gives a bit more comfort on the code that we're going to migrate. So coming to final preparation, the user acceptance test. So there are a couple of characteristics of this test. One is that it is executed by the client, super user, or users. Client provides the data model, because every application, these are business applications, and it has to have some data that the test will be run against, and those data has to be provided by the client. The test scenarios, those are derived from the integration test. This will address the end-to-end process. User acceptance test is the milestone for deployment. Without this acceptance of the user, we cannot move anything to production, and we have to document the result, and we have to get the sign off. And anything that happens in the testing, if something is not working, then we have to fix the code tested within the team, then press give that to the user for retest. And the owner roles, the client is a primary owner, and which is the super users and users. From the project primary, it is a functional designer or the architect, and the sign off is client will provide the sign off. The asset list for the final preparation, it has all the list of programs, screen scripts that we're going to migrate, and it is reviewed by the module owner, which is the functional developer. And you can see that the owner roles are primary is functional designer and the developer, and sign off will be provided by the architect or lead or the PM, because this will be the basic for the migration that's going to happen. And I will show you the template for this asset list. And this asset list that we'll see, it starts with the project ID, because every project will have its own asset list or the objects that we need to migrate. So we have the project number, project description, migration date, and also we are going to have another piece of information, which is the change number, because every migration production there has to be a change. Let me change the spelling, and I will make the same format as this guy. So I can so it's going to be the same format as from the presentation perspective. So the change number we're going to have, then we're going to have the sequence of the objects, the functional name, technical name of the object type, reviewed by and the reviewer, right? And the type that you can see, I have some like script, Java code, table definitions, any other Unix script. So all those has to be listed with a given object. So it's a number, new delete. Coming to presentation, the next one is a cutover plan. So this is the part of the project plan let me first talk about the owner roles. The primary is PM and the secondary is the client, because the cutover plan has to be reviewed with the client to make sure that they're okay with it. And it will have the deployment steps with that what are the programs who are going to migrate, who is the owner, who is going to do the migration, how long it's going to take. So all those detail has to be there in the cutover plan. Then we have the change management, which is a notification to client, and the asset list, right, what we discussed before. And we're going to review this with the team. The PM will review it to make sure that everything is good. Next one is the support documents. So this will start from the integration test. It will get revised in the UAT, and we'll get that complete. And we'll have a knowledge transfer to the support team with the assumption that there are three different teams. One is the project team, support team, and the end users, which are the client. So there has to be a knowledge transfer to the support team, and there has to be required training. And the roles, primary is architect lead and functional lead. A sign off is a support manager, because this is where we're gonna transfer the knowledge to. So we have the project team here, right? We have the support, and we have the client user, right? And this transition will happen to this guy to make sure that they can support this guy, and there has to be a direct application training to the client user as well. The last one is a project production go live, which is where we put the changes to production, and it has two aspects: deployment and issues and support engagement. And for the deployment, we have to do the object migration part, the cutover plan that PM shared with everybody. We need to have issue resolution, and this is only related to the deployment. It is not the project issue resolution, and not it is the production issue resolution. It is only deals with the deployment. Then we have the go live notification to the client as well as the team, and it will be sent by the PM. And the owner roles is primary is PM, architect lead, secondary is project team, and the sign up has to come from the client saying that yep, everything moved to production and it's working, we're able to log in. The last step is the issue and support engagement. So when we launch an application, there will be issues with the production. So we need to log all those issues, and we have to provide the resolution. Then we also need to engage the support resources, the support team, and we will do a support transition, that when we see an issue, how do we fix it. And there will be 2 weeks of support and stabilization from the project team, and this is also will be negotiated initially, and it will be conveyed by the project manager to the project team. And then the secondary for the issues is a client to the support team, and at the end the client will provide sign off saying that yep, the application is good and there is not more any outstanding issues. One thing to note is that the production issue log, the issues that we see actually tell the client how did we deliver. And if we don't do a good job in the blueprint or in the test or in the coding integration test, we're going to see a lot of production issues. So there should not be much issues. We should goal for zero defect solution. That tells that we should not see any production issues once we launch it. But in some cases you will see some issues, but it should not give a bad repo of the project team and the ABAS. So, and we have to take, and it is the job of the PM and the lead to make sure that not a lot of issues are being faced. If it is, then that project will be reviewed and we'll have the lessons learned, and based on that we'll make sure that how we should go for the future projects. So with that, that brings end to the ABAS project execution. I hope it's been pretty helpful, and we will go through the next training. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.